The Boys Season 4 introduces Billy Butcher's old friend, Joe Kessler, but it features a massive twist concerning Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character. Kessler makes his first appearance in The Boys Season 4's premiere, catching up with Butcher while gets chastised by the CIA. Their initial conversation reveals that Kessler and Butcher know each other from their time in the military, and Butcher even saved the other veteran's life while at war. However, The Boys Season 4, Episode 6 reveals their backstory doesn't unfold exactly as the premiere suggests. Kessler crops up throughout The Boys Season 4, encouraging Butcher to continue his quest for revenge against Homelander, even if it means sacrificing his humanity. During their first meeting, Kessler tells Butcher that the world needs someone like him, as he's willing to do what's necessary. Kessler pushes Butcher to neutralize Ryan, even if it means betraying him. He also suggests the Boys team is a joke in The Boys Season 4, Episode 5, and he cheers Butcher's gruesome treatment of Samir. Kessler appeals to Butcher's crueler tendencies, but he isn't quite what he seems. Billy Butcher has been imagining Kessler since The Boys Season 4 started. The Boys Season 4, Episode 6 delivers a brilliant twist when it comes to Joe Kessler. As it turns out, Butcher has been imagining his old friend for the entire 4th season. Kessler doesn't actually show up to push Butcher back into the game, nor is he the one behind Butcher's schemes. He's a creation of Butcher's mind and a representation of his inner conflict. Butcher is the only one who can see or hear him in the Amazon series' latest episodes. Perhaps it's no surprise that Butcher is seeing Kessler when he isn't there, as he also has visions of Becca throughout The Boys Season 4. Both are physical manifestations of his inner thoughts. Becca represents Butcher's compassion and humanity, while Kessler symbolizes his darker side. He's the devil on Butcher's shoulder, voicing all the things Butcher wants and feels deep down. Meanwhile, Becca is the angel on his shoulder, the part of his mind that questions and criticizes his anger and hatred. What happened to the real Joe Kessler? The Joe Kessler Butcher sees and speaks to throughout The Boys Season 4 isn't really there, but he is an existing person in the Boys universe. The real Kessler was Butcher's friend during the war, but Butcher never actually saved him. The story Kessler recounts in The Boys Season 4, Episode 1 is a lie, something Butcher wishes had happened. The ending of Episode 6 reveals that Kessler never made it out of the Panjshir Valley. "You never dragged me out," Kessler tells Butcher during the big reveal. "You left me to die." Of course, Butcher doesn't remember leaving Kessler in the Panjshir Valley because his tumor is messing with his mind. It's causing him to forget things and see people who aren't there. These people are two incredibly influential figures in his life, both of whom represent vastly different parts of his personality. Why Butcher's devil looks like Joe Kessler? It's obvious why Becca is the angel on Butcher's shoulder, as she serves as his motivation and conscience throughout The Boys. However, viewers may question why Butcher's devil looks like Joe Kessler. There are two possible reasons this is the person he conjures up. First, Kessler clearly hates Soups just as much as Butcher. Although viewers never meet the real Kessler, the one in Butcher's mind alludes to conversations between the two of them, and these discussions center on getting rid of Soups. They likely brought out the worst in each other, which explains why he represents Butcher's worst impulses. In addition to this, Kessler symbolizes Butcher's guilty conscience. He obviously feels bad about failing to save his friend, just as he feels conflicted about his desire to kill all Soups and betray his team. Butcher is holding onto a lot of guilt and shame in The Boys, and Kessler represents all of it. His death is likely something Butcher feels the most guilt over, so it makes sense that he would be the face of this emotion in Butcher's mind. How The Boys Season 4 teased its big Kessler twist. The Boys Season 4 doesn't reveal its big Kessler twist until Butcher's friend responds to Becca in Episode 6. However, The Boys repeatedly teases the fact that Kessler isn't really there. The biggest clue the Amazon series drops is that Kessler never interacts with anyone but Butcher. He waits until and the rest of the CIA are in a meeting before approaching his friend in the premiere, and he mostly shows up when Butcher is alone, speaking to him at his apartment or at the park. Kessler does appear during Butcher's interactions with Samir in The Boys Season 4, but Samir never glances at or responds to Butcher's friend, a solid signal that he doesn't see him. Kessler even threatens Samir, but the scientist doesn't bother responding. This all makes sense once The Boys confirms that Butcher is the only other person in the room.